Coming up right now on Q30 News, the verdicts are in two separate home invasion cases.
And a new committee on the QU campus. These stories plus new ways to fight cheating. The news starts now.
Live from the Ed McMahon Center, this is the Q30 News Nightcast.
Good evening, Quinnipiac, and welcome to the Q30 Nightcast. I'm Marcus Harun.
And I'm Jack Lamson.
During campaign season, attack ads seem to be everywhere, but as Scott Sheehan tells us, they might not be as effective as politicians thought. A new sexual assault awareness team will soon be present on our campus. The Quad News reports SGA Representative Ben Wald said he was to make the process for filing a complaint to be more accessible. Quinnipiac is required to submit annual figures about crimes including sexual assaults and rapes, but Wald feels these often go unreported. The committee will be a student-run one with influence from the Associate Dean of Student Affairs, who is a certified rape crisis counselor. Quinnipiac is looking to other local schools for input on how to establish such a group. Coming up on the news, New Haven is stepping up to provide education for underprivileged students, and some teachers are ruffled over a memo from their superintendent.
These stories and more are on the way. You're watching Q30 News. We'll be right back.
Yale University is helping to give inner-city students the opportunity to attend college. The New Haven Promise is a program where Yale will pay selected students full tuition to any Connecticut public college or university. This program will be phased in over the next 4 years, with the class of 2014 being the first class eligible for free tuition. It will also pay a portion of private tuitions. Those who take the Q Bridge to QU may notice all the construction going on, but they might not realize that part of the Q Bridge has already been demolished. No, the bridge isn't going to fall off, but it may cause some traffic concerns according to the Connecticut DOT. All traffic has now been moved to the north side of the remaining Q Bridge, and that's where it will stay until the first part of the new Q Bridge is complete. Construction crews estimate that the project will be complete by the year 2016. A woman threatens to blow up Walmart. A woman from Old Saybrook, Connecticut, threatened to blow up a Walmart after the store refused to fill her prescription. The store was evacuated and police were called to the scene. Police said she did not have a bomb, but they found gas cans with wires coming out of it in her minivan. Hudson is being held on a $150,000 bond and faces charges including robbery, making threats, interfering with police, and breach of peace. Charitable donations from wealthy Americans have dropped by more than a third in the last few years. 98% of wealthy Americans donated to nonprofit groups in 2009. The average amount fell from over $90,000 to $50,000 in the past 5 years. Overall charitable donations across the United States have fallen 3.9%. The decrease in donations is attributed to the state of the economy. And coming up after the break, the trial of Elizabeth Smart continues with her testimony.
And a cruise liner stranded off the coast with nearly 4,500 on board. Plus, our own Quajerba Coffee has the world news. Keep it tuned to Q30. We'll be right back.
Elizabeth Smart says when she was abducted 8 years ago, she lied to the police about her real identity for fear her abductors would kill her. Smart is testifying in the trial of Brian David Mitchell, who is accused of kidnapping Smart from her bedroom at knife point. The 57-year-old faces life in prison if she is convicted of kidnapping and unlawful transportation of a minor across state lines with the intent to engage in criminal sexual activity. Mitchell has been watching his trial from a video feed after being removed from singing hymns in the courtroom. It apparently wasn't an exciting enough event when the Dallas Cowboys fired head coach Wade Phillips on Monday. Cowboys fans looking for the latest news on the Dallas Cowboys website instead saw a blank page. According to Dallas Morning News, the team forgot to renew the Dallas Cowboys domain and the site was left blank. The Cowboys marketing team quickly renewed the domain, where the site is now running per usual.
Well, we got weekend picks coming up, so we're going to have a look at some pictures this week, and we're going to start off with a sand tiger shark swimming in an aquarium in Berlin, Germany.
The San Francisco Zoo has released this photo of a western Lawan gorilla. The photo appears in the book Zooborns. The website for Zooborns gets around 1 million hits a month. It's the only website featuring wild baby animals that is endorsed by the Association of Zoos and Aquariums.
And are you Italian? Well, I might not look like it, but here you can see the Italian Ferici Tricolori acrobatic squad performing for the celebration of the anniversary of the Italian Army. And that's this week's Weekend Picks. You know, I might not look it, but I actually am Italian.
That seems pretty surprising to everybody around here. Nobody had any idea.
Everybody thought I was just, you know, the Irish leprechaun, but no. My mom's maiden name was Lubrano. Oh. Lubrano, very Italian.
Very cool.
Well, absolutely. And on that note, let's see what Megan has for us in entertainment this week with a fellow redhead, Conan O'Brien. Thanks, Megan. And you know, this fall into winter time is an interesting time, especially for sports.
Definitely. We're going to be making that transition now, going over to winter sports, and the weather seems to be doing the same thing too.
Hockey's just getting going, really starting to find its rhythm, as are basketball, and not only nationally, but Quinnipiac as well.
Definitely. Let's check in at the sports desk. Thanks very much, Natalie. Well, Jack, I have a question for you.
Do you?
And I think that lots of people maybe watching at home were probably wondering the same thing. Did you show up late, or why exactly aren't you as clean-shaven as you usually are?
Why don't I look my typical, you know, handsome self? Well, still handsome, but exactly. It's actually for a very good reason, and that's I'm growing out my mustache in support of Delta Todd Delta's Movember fundraiser, which raises money to raise awareness about prostate cancer. It's their philanthropy event, and all throughout the month of November, myself and anyone who wants to can grow their mustache and so show their support. And eventually it'll be just a mustache, but right now when it's not really full, it kind of requires something else to go with it, or it just looks just too weird.
So there's a really good cause behind it. That's
great. There actually is. And you know what? You can also do it too. Just connect to this with everything up here. Make yourself a nice little goatee, or a full goatee. It'll be great.
Yeah, I've tried it out before. I don't really know. Maybe I will. We'll see.
All right, well, we'll see what happens. And that'll do it for Q30 News tonight.
If you would like to get involved in Q30 News, please visit our website at q30news.org. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week with all the latest in local and Quinnipiac news. Good night.